I'm here in CHARLWOOD, Surrey, in a 900-year-old church called St Nicholas Church, and I'm with Colin Gates, the historian of CHARLWOOD. Hello, Colin, all right?
Okay, fine.
So, Colin, tell us about this beautiful church.
It is beautiful. That's the oldest part there. That part there was built by the Normans in 1080. And it's a really solid building. In fact, when you think it's only a small village community in those days. This was added 200 years later, this part here, in 1280. And these wall paintings were painted shortly after this building was erected.
Amazing.
Onto the fresh plaster.
This is really what people need to come and see. Absolutely.
They're fantastic.
Fabulous.
And when you think of it, they're full of sex and violence.
Oh, goodness.
And they must have frightened the locals, the congregation, with this, because...
Tell us about them. So what's over there?
Well, that one there, that's done in sort of comic strip form. That's about St Margaret of Antioch. And in the top strip, you see her out looking after her father's sheep.
Right.
And along comes the wicked, evil governor of Antioch and his huntsman. Right. And he's chasing the hare. You can just see a hare under his horse's hooves there. Yes. And he's got his bowman at the back with a bugle and a bow. And his messenger goes on ahead to ask St Margaret if she'll marry the wicked governor. But she explains that her life is promised to the church. Right. He won't take no for an answer though. So he beats her with sticks, or gets his men to beat her with sticks. Put her in jail. That's in the centre one. Put her in jail, and then somehow he persuades the monster to eat her.
Gosh.
So, but she escapes from the monster. And she gets out, but he's not to be beaten, and he orders that she be decapitated. Crikey. So they cut her head off, and in the very last bottom picture there, you can see a dove fly into heaven, which represents her soul going up to heaven. And that's the story of St Margaret of Antioch.
That is fabulous.
Yeah. And then this one, over this side, this is another of the main ones. This one is, you see the three skeletons here. Yes. And you see three young princes out riding. Right. And they come across three skeletons. And the skeletons point out to them that no matter how rich you are, how powerful, you end up like they are. Wow. So he's warning them to live their life properly. Lovely. You know, while they got the chance, because they all end up like that. Wow. And there's another one at the top there, which St Nicholas is resuscitating three young men who have been cut up to be served up as a pork dish. Gosh, so it's not only cannibalism, it's not only sex and violence, it's cannibalism as well. Gosh. But when you think of it, it must have frightened the congregation terrible, because they'd never seen a book before, never seen any pictures.
Who did the actual drawings?
Well, that would have been a travelling artist. He used to come around and he had all his pictures in plan form. Right. And he drew the lines of the plans on the wall and then just enlarged it on the wall. Would he have got paid, do you think? Oh yeah, he probably got paid, yes. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. He probably did it by contract. And this is quite rare, this one here, because those three young kings on horseback, there's not another painting in England where the kings appear on horseback. Wow. They're all on foot. Gosh. There are a couple in France, I believe, so it's quite rare for this country. This is rare. Yeah. Well, this really is a must place to come and visit, definitely. And on the original paintings, the skeleton's ribs would be picked out in white paint. Wow. So they really stood out, you know. Yes.